another review here from Acemagic. They sent this one over. I've done a bunch of Acemagic reviews. This one's quite good. This one here is the Matrix M1. Where are we here? M1 Matrix Mini. 24 gigabytes of RAM, and it comes with a 7735HS processor, 1 terabyte storage. It's a great little mini here, to be honest. This one here is meant to keep costs low. We know that the market is very expensive right now for everything. RAM, very expensive. Storage, very expensive. Everything, really expensive. Mini PCs are, I'll say a couple of things here. One, mini PCs are a really good way right now to get into computing without paying an absolute fortune, because you can buy the mini PC and you can get very effective computing right now without breaking the bank. And then, you know, if the market cools off later down the road, you can upgrade and still keep the mini because they're fantastic. But I mean, I use minis anyways because, I mean, they're compact, they are quiet, and if you don't need, you know, heavy, dedicated graphic compute type stuff, then why pay a fortune for something like that anyways? Right? The other thing I want to say is that mini PC brands are probably one of the brands that are potentially under risk with the market being really bad, because, you know, these guys don't sell these things for very much money. By the way, this is on. It's so quiet. Anyways, they don't sell these for very much money in terms of like competitive. You know, they're very, very, very close probably to their actual like margin levels. So, you know, these guys, you know, they have to buy the RAM to put in, they have to buy the storage to put in. And so they're bringing us these products here at like slim margins. So the nice thing is, I mean, for us, we're able to buy into these products for a lower cost than, you know, some of those huge manufacturers. And I mean, we can support the brand, to be honest, and keep them around. And I mean, you benefit. You're able to get something that doesn't cost a fortune, and you're able to support a brand and get something that supports the brand. Okay, so here's a look inside. The motherboard just sits right in there like that. Pop out some screws, fan intake, that's your power connector there. This is a very simplistic build, which is nice. Fan there, nothing else on this side. I will take that off and have a look. Take that out. Okay. The actual system looks pretty nice inside. So that side is the fan, obviously. Big piece of metal here. It's kind of an interesting design. It's just going to generally blow air, probably from front to back to front, whatever. Just move it through. So it allows the stuff to be a little bit thinner, just a radiator style. And then in here we do have the Wi-Fi, easily accessible. The SODIMM, the CMOS, easy to accessible. And then we do have the spot for the NVMe there, and you can see there's a second slot over top. So if you did want to upgrade, it's easy upgrade. Pop another one in there. And it does come with a 1 terabyte NetApp drive right there. 1 terabyte, very good. Very nice. So RAM is on the board itself, so you can't upgrade the RAM. But fortunately, it does come with a decent amount. It comes with, switch it around. It does come with 24 gigabytes. So like that. Very good. I thought there was another piece, maybe not. And there you go. Just a large piece of metal, right, over top of a chip there. Paste on it, no problems whatsoever. And yeah, little VRAM coverage right there. The thick, the giant thermal pads there. So it's looking good inside, honestly. Very, very simplistic build, but it gets the job done. There comes the one off the NVMe. Put that back on, put it back together, get rolling. So I've been doing some benchmarks on it and basically just run some tests. But let's quickly have a look at the specs here. You can see this one here has a 7735HS, which is a refresh of the previous generation, a couple generations old, but totally fine. This is when you're getting into RDNA, so it's good CPU, 8 core, 16 threads. This is where AMD really started to make some good stuff. It is 24 gigabytes of RAM, which is nice. Now it is soldered, there's no way of upgrading it, but it's 24 gigabytes, so that's nice. You can allocate some to games, you can allocate some to the GPU. You can see here the GPU, it's quite low right now, but we can up that a little bit later if we're going to do some gaming. Very good. We do have Realtek Wi-Fi. Nothing wrong there either. And that's the that's the NetApp. It doesn't say, but that's the NetApp NVMe. So good specs overall. Very nice. Now we'll come over here. Just have a look at some of the benchmarks I ran real quick. So that internal NetApp, as I just said, just a Gen 3 NVMe. I've seen it many times in different devices. Very good. No problems. You do have faster I/O on the front, so if you want to get fast, 10 gigabit per second I/O, you're going to want to use the front. This does not have USB 4, so I mean, it's the price bracket. It makes sense. It doesn't have USB 4, but that's okay. Now the Wi-Fi, it's the time of day. It's Sunday evening. There's nothing I can do about it. It's just like my internet gets slower because everyone's streaming at this time of day. It's just unfortunately just older infrastructure in the place I'm in temporarily. I do have, you know, perfect Wi-Fi signal down. I do have perfect Wi-Fi signal down here, so there's absolutely no signal issues there, and you know the location of my house is good. It's just nothing I can do about it, but you know, no problems. The Wi-Fi is totally fine, nice and snappy. We can do some Cinebench and noise tests and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, but the idle noise is completely zero. The fans turn right off when it's idle, which is nice. It's completely silent. And that's the nice thing here that, I mean, you can get like right up to it. Right, there's no, I'm not even sure if the fan's going. I can't tell. It might be spinning, but I can't, I can't physically hear it. So yeah, I think it just idles at nothing, to be honest. And we can do some basic stuff, and even if we do that, the fans aren't going to like rip or anything like that. I mean, it's an efficient chip. 7735HS is an efficient chip. You know, idle low watts, right? It's a 4-watt package or something. It kind of hangs out, but these RDNA 7735HS chips are efficient. It's just, it is what it is. They're efficient chips, so it's good. So no problems there. We can do a little Cinebench now, though, just kind of see how noisy it gets when we're actually doing stuff. What the wattages are there, and I'll show you the scores in a sec. But let's just run it now. It's not some monster. It is an 8-core, 16-thread, you know, modern CPU. A couple generations old, but still modern CPU. So you'll get good scores out of it, and it has a pretty good iGPU. But you can see here what the watts are. So under full load, it basically sits just shy of 30 watts. I've done runs already. The fan just turned on, finally. It's still so quiet. It's a really quiet mini. Eventually, I think the fans get a little bit noisier. But yeah, it's just a quiet mini, right? It's not a super high wattage, like, you know, not the highest. The HS chip, technically this HS chip could pull more watts. It's possible, like you can get it in like gaming laptops and higher capacity or higher performance, you know, devices, and it will pull, you know, 50, 60 watts under peak, but it's not designed to do that. They've decided to make this mini a good balance. So it's still giving 30 watts, which is kind of the sweet spot for these these chips here, where you still get a ton of performance, but it's not noisy, it's not hot as a result. So as a result here, like I just said, as a result, saying that many times, right? That's a very respectable for this chip here. You can't really expect more out of a 30-watt chip, right? I mean, if it was like a big monstrous 2026 Panther Lake or something, yeah, you might get an extra few thousand out of it, but I mean, it's a good score, right? We ran it I ran it the whole thing, and it doesn't throttle ever, so it just basically gets 10,000 through. So very, very good in that regard. It's going to be a nice fast chip, and it's just so quiet. The fan turns off instantly when you're done using it, so that's really nice if you're looking for... I am very irritated by noise. I'm testing this mini. I bought this one myself in the back there. It's a different brand. You know, I don't compare brands in videos typically. However, while it's a good mini overall, it's fine. My God, the fans won't ever stop running. They're just running all the time, just constantly running. And it actually is getting to the point where it's legitimately driving me crazy. Like, it's not doing anything. There's just this noise all the time, and when you're running it, it's pretty annoying. So yeah, I really appreciate quiet minis. Like, if you know me, you know that I don't like loud computers. A big reason is because when I'm recording, if I'm recording footage, if I have a fan going in the background, it becomes very noisy and very obvious, so it drives me crazy. Yeah, I mean, the only thing we really need to do is I can just show you some of the like real world performance now, obviously. Now we'll bring this file, and this is a 4K 60 video, 26-minute 4K 60 video over a gigabyte, 1.2, 1.3 gigabytes, something like that. Watch how fast this is processed. Right, so, oh my God, go away. So we're already able to play it. It's not fully scrubbed or fully processed, so it takes like a moment before it kicks in here. But you can see here, like you're editing the moment the clip is in your editing. Right, you're slapping it in, you're editing right away. And that's one of the nice things about this chip. Like, it's capable. It's a modern, you know, modern 8-core processor, not a little bit. They're fully processed now. Not a little baby process thing. Like this is a full YouTube video, basically 25 minutes, 4K 60, and we're able to like rip through. Now, also, this is not the most like efficient software. There are way better softwares out there. It just worked for me because I'm used to it. So, and it's a very like logical based software, but it's certainly not a fast software, just so you know. You can get more efficient ones, more powerful ones as well. You do get native AMD encoding, which is good. No problems with that at all. Come in here. It'll probably be about a 1-to-1 or something like that. So I'm guessing like a minute to do a minute 4K 60, something like that. It tends to be how it is with iGPUs these days. And that's pretty typical for an iGPU. Typically your iGPUs get, that I've tested, almost regardless of what they are, you're typically getting like a 1-to-1. So if I'm publishing a 60-minute video, 60-minute 4K 60 video, HEVC encoding, or H264, whatever, doesn't matter what I do, it's typically like a 1-to-1, more or less. It's gonna be pretty close to that. Okay, so obviously you can play games. I mean, like I said, it's around a Steam Deck. It's technically faster than a Steam Deck 680M. It's also higher watts, so it will outperform a Steam Deck. You can, I mean, it's also Windows, whatever, but you could throw it on Bazite or something like that, or whatever. Anyway, so this is Cyberpunk, obviously. We're at 1080p. We're not going to be doing 4K. We're at low 1080p, no frame gen or anything like that, and just a little bit of scaling balanced. You can add more, you can take it off. Now, this is a 4K screen, so it might look a little weird 1080p, but it works more or less fine. And yeah, the nice thing is you can do integer scaling, and you know, even in games like Cyberpunk here, right, you're going to be getting, I mean, this is console. What is the Switch 2 that now plays Cyberpunk runs this game at 30 FPS. You cannot go above 30 FPS. It's not possible. It's locked to 30 FPS. And here, most of this is Dogtown, by the way. Phantom Liberty, very hard to run. And I've never been over here. I should actually play this expansion. But anyways, the most demanding areas in the game, yeah, you're going to be hitting 30, that kind of stuff. Some areas like this, right, you're going to be 35 to 40, and there's a lot going on. It's a very demanding area. Lots of the game, you're going to be looking at 40, 45. And if you know gaming, 30 is okay. I mean, it's fine for stuff like Switch and that kind of stuff. I mean, it is what it is. You can play really any game at 30, but there's a pretty big jump, to be honest, between like 30 and 40 or 45. It does actually make a pretty big difference. It just feels more fluid. You don't get as much crap. It just feels way better. And you can see, like, even in these really demanding areas over here, when there's like a, so generally speaking, I mean, the 680M is kind of what I'd consider baseline for playing any modern AAA title. There's gonna be a few games that are, you know, you're not gonna be getting over 30. This is like an incredibly demanding area. That's why I benchmark here. Dogtown is like, this is like the worst area in the game. So you can expect only better from here. When you go to other areas, you're probably looking at like 99.999% of them are going to run incredibly well. Why is everybody dead? Is that like a glitch? What the heck? That's so weird. I loaded in here and all these people are toast. What? That's the weirdest thing ever. That is so strange. They're all alive. I didn't take out any of these people. That's the weirdest thing ever. It's like a weird loading glitch. Anyways, point of no return. Okay, sure. I just don't understand why these people are all toast. That's so weird. Anyways, oh, what? What the hell? I'm happy I'm catching this on camera. It's so weird. What if I pick him up? Is he like gonna wake up in my arms? Can I go in here? Since they're dead? Anyways, moral of the story is you can play really any game. You can play any game, honestly, on the market without any issues whatsoever. You're going to be totally fine. Most games, like the vast majority of games, are going to run amazingly well, but like I'm talking 60 or above. But you know, most demanding games like this, Cyberpunk, that kind of stuff, you're still going to be ripping. But you know, you're doing 35, 40 FPS kind of stuff. Very good. Also, it's very quiet. Very good. Okay, so the conclusion, it's very straightforward. I mean, it's a capable little machine here. I have no problems with it whatsoever, right? Like, you're able to get into computing with something like this without paying a fortune, like you'd pay for a lot of the other stuff you can buy out there, because the market is bad, right? The market is bad right now. These mini manufacturers that are bringing these products to us with super slim margins, like, they're probably not making much per unit. They're just trying to push out lots of them. These guys have been around forever, and they make good products. These here are a good way for you, the viewer, to buy into effective computing. This is not some cheapo, little, like I said, N95 type thing, some little like basic CPU. This is a real CPU. 7735HS is a real CPU, right? A real iGPU that you can actually game on, AAA gaming, right? Like, this is a real computer. You get access to 2 SSDs if you need it. It runs super cool and quiet. That's really one of the nicest things here, how quiet this thing is. I mean, it's on right now. It's just a silent little thing. Yeah, I mean, buy into it. If you don't need to pay an absolute fortune for a big gaming desktop, pay $2,500 or something crazy like that. That's not what you're looking for. You're just looking for like effective day-to-day computing. Even doing stuff like video editing will be totally fine on this. But then the other thing is, I mean, maybe you want to do a little gaming. You get the 680M here and you can do gaming. You saw it's totally fine. So that's the Matrix Mini here. This one here is nice. I mean, you get respectable specs, 24 gigabytes of RAM, and this market is like, yeah, it's just nice to see that. Good storage as well. It's just a nice little thing. It looks clean, runs quiet, nice little machine. So there it is.